Do you like my YouTube videos? If you do, please leave a comment and actually click on the like button. And if you want, you can hit subscribe. That way you can stay up to date with all my YouTube videos. Hey, and go ahead and click that bell icon to be notified. Thanks. Take care, guys.
Jones Gold and Luxury is a unique brand focused on jewelry made from gold and other precious metals. JGL's solid gold chains are classy, unisex, hold value, and they will last for generations. Their pricing is outstanding, and I would recommend JGL to anyone looking to own a fine piece of real gold jewelry. Any precious metals used in JGL's jewelry are ethically mined and sourced. Jones Gold and Luxury supports animal rescues and nature's welfare. Invest in a beautiful piece of jewelry today by visiting jonesgoldluxury.com. Links are in the description below.
Here we go, everybody. Every once in a while I do these, and people always are like, what are your tips? How do you get to eat? And how do you get them to eat better and do this and do that? Once again, Cooking with Animal One Guy. Welcome back. I'm your host, Animal One Guy. And there's no cutovers a lot of the times. There's no swap outs. I don't have a staff making food for me. I'm doing it here in front of you for you guys to see. So you have a bearded dragon, not eating, maybe not hydrated. You need to get it vitamins. You need to get it liquid, and you need to get it food. That's the most important thing. We need to get food in there, okay? Maybe you rescued a bearded dragon and it's underweight. So we have to start giving it stuff. So this stuff is really good. People will get critical care. They'll do this or that. You do this even with critical care, but then you need a vet to get you that. But what if you just have ReptiBoost? This is great stuff, okay? It's very good. It's got a ton of ingredients that have vitamins. You'll see vitamin A and this, vitamin D, blah, 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 blah. And it recommends and it tells you how much to do to get the vitamins back. I don't like just giving this. I've kind of evolved from this because I found out too that sometimes dragons and other lizards don't love this so much. And what if you have a big veggie eater and you need to supplement and you want to get it and you want to not just have to force this down their throat every single time? Okay, well, we're going to do a few things here. Here's our little mixing cup that I'm going to use for this, and I'll show you what I do and how I do it because we have a plethora of things that you can do, but really these two things are the key. But I like doing these together. So this can be our little mixing bowl. Now, the first thing I do is I do put some liquid vitamin B because vitamin B gives your reptile energy. This can stimulate not only their appetite, but if they're low on energy or lethargic. So you have some vitamin B in there. I like the liquid vitamin B, even though there is some vitamin B, riboflavin and things in other supplements. I like a little liquid vitamin B because it just helps boost them. And again, if you're boosting energy, if they're sick or under the weather, you're going to help them. Then I come in with the ReptiBoost, and it depends on how much you're going to make. And I'm going to make a small amount today. But typically, I would do one big scoop of ReptiBoost. Now, in this case, because I don't have to actually feed, but I want to get this video out there, I'm just going to do a small little amount. But normally, one full scoop goes in there. If it's a heaping scoop, it's fine. I don't put any water in here, okay? Now, this is where I'd mix other things, vitamins. There's your Herptivite there. In this case, I'm going to take some probiotic, dump that in there. People are wondering, what's this glass here? This is hot water just from the sink, very hot. Okay, now we come to these two things. And yes, I like to use two. This is baby food. It's pure baby food. You can make it yourself or you can buy the Gerber, do whatever. But this is what I like to add with the ReptiBoost. And also, if you have something that's on long-term syringe feeding, you can do this really well because you can change. So this is butternut squash. So I come in, typically I would take a full spoonful, but don't have to. And then I like to follow it up with a low sugar fruit baby food. This is what's going to make the taste better, and it's going to help them eat it. This case, this is blueberries, apple, strawberry mixture. I put a little bit of that in there. Now, what I'll typically do, because those baby food are in the fridge, and I do a full teaspoon of each, because I try to feed, if it's an adult bearded dragon daily, I'll try to feed 8 to 14 cc's worth of food for an adult male, because then he's getting his vitamins, his hydrations, his calorie count is correct. He's, especially if he's trying to fight off a disease. If they needed to be on any type of liquid antibiotic, you would put Baytril right into this. If you're deworming, you can put your dewormer liquid right into this and go. But so then that's what this hot water cup is for. Then I will float this in the hot water to bring the temperature of the baby food so it's not cold because it's out of the fridge. I take the back end of the same spoon and I mix this thing. Simple. So you have in here, you have your full ReptiBoost, you have some liquid vitamins, you have any type of powder or liquid antibiotic or anything prescribed from the vet. Again, if you had emergent care, critical care, you could use that in place of the ReptiBoost. But even those have to be in the fridge. Any type of, you could have added Herptivite if you needed extra calcium. Let's say they were really low, you could add that, although things have the calcium. So you add whatever you want. If you needed some natural probiotic, you could put a little bee pollen, whatever you want. You let it soak, so you let it get up to that warm temperature. And not that the cold temperature would be bad. It's going to cool down. It's not like ice. You know, this isn't coming out of the freezer. It's not frozen. It's not going to really lower their core body temperature to make them sick. But you don't want to shock the reptile. You want to just give them something warm. It doesn't have to be hot, that they can easily eat. Now, I like to reuse, I like this 3 milliliter syringe when you have to do more, because it's got this long throat. And you can see that certain bearded dragons have bit the crap out of this. But this long throat, when you need to go bigger, is good. Sometimes they come with, the 3 milliliter ones come with this really short throat and throw neck on it. And then you have to put this big piece into their throat. And it's not great. When you have this small tip like this, you're good to go. So, and I like to soak the pieces, that way they just slide better. Once this is all mixed and all warm, real simple, you just draw it up. Now today, since this is just to show you guys, I don't have a full meal. I just have what I'm going to use here for this video. And whatever extra there would be, I would just keep drawing. Okay, we have this. Now we're going to go give this to a bearded dragon, and you're going to see when you make the mixture like this, how easy it is. All right, we're going to use Clementine, who has never been syringe fed. That's right. Every other beardie I have has been syringe fed. She's never had, so this is going to be a new experience. Now, remember, even though this is loaded with vitamins and medicines, this tastes really good because of the way we did it. All right, and that's what's going to be important. Now, I like to syringe feed in a way that I think is going to cause them, based on the ways I've done it, when they need a big amount like this. I like to hold them in one hand like this, and then I will actually pick them up so they'll be elevated. Now, I put them against my chest sometimes, that way I can support them, okay? But in this case, we're going to do it in front just so it films easier, because I really want to show you the dragon. Now, tips. What are we doing? Okay, good question. All right, I went to turn the light on because I really want to show this. I feel this is really important. If the dragon has never eaten from a syringe before, they just won't recognize this. So I will put a drop right on the top of her mouth. She might not lick it. She may go to investigate it. But then if you look, there's a little bit, because you know this drew in there, of baby food and everything on the side of the syringe. What you can do is kind of open her mouth and rub that in there. She may taste it from there, or that may cause her to open her mouth, and you can put a little bit in and she can taste it. Once they've tasted it like this, they will love this. Trust me, this tastes so good. they will want to eat it. You've seen me feed Ripley and others where they want the food. They open their mouths for the food because you can make it taste good. All right, so I got a good grip on her. I'm going to come. She doesn't know what the syringe is, and I'm just going to put some right on the tip of her mouth. Okay? Now we'll see if she opens her mouth to taste this or if I need to help taste it. Just going to kind of touch the tip of her mouth. Come on, Clementine. Don't make a liar out of me. Oh, I saw her mouth open a little bit. Just going to rub that around there. Also, by rubbing it around a little bit like this, again, I get a little bit more on the side. This is not shocking, right? She doesn't know. What is this? What are you putting on my mouth? Oh, opened it a little bit. Oh, there we go. Get some licks. Look at her looking at the syringe now. Now she's like, whoa, that's pretty good. And I can just drip some more. And she's going to eat this. So the speed of the eating will pick up, but in the beginning, there we go. Now she's like, holy crap. And what I start to do is, she's in this pattern where she's licking. I open it and I'm just putting little drops right when she opens her mouth, right onto her tongue. There we go. Oh, now she's getting ravenous for it. So I'm not prying their mouth open. I'm just dripping it right in the open mouth there. Sometimes she'll close her mouth a little bit faster. That's okay. Look at how she's going for this. Pretend this is the medicine. Pretend this is prunes. She's tasting it and she loves it. And if you're patient with them, they will get better at this. That's the big deal. They will come to understand what this is, and they will get better. They will actually hold their mouths open for you to squirt this in. And I'm about halfway done with the first one. Now people are going to say, hey, if this is only 3 ml, if I have to feed 12, that's going to take forever. It does on the first time you do this. It absolutely does. You'll make a little mess. It will take longer because they're not used to it. There's nothing you can do about that. You have to let it take its course. She's like, all right. She's not even hungry, but look how good she did. Now, another important thing is when you're done, you have to clean them up. Even if they will lick their lips. You don't want this stain on here. So you can come in with a Q-tip or just a little piece of paper towel. Just do a little bit of a wipe down there. And there you go. And she's all cleaned. Now, what if you had to put this in? You needed her to take the whole thing. You don't have time. You can't do that. All right. This is why I like this neck. And you guys have seen me do this before. And I'm going to do this with Clementine. It doesn't cause any pain. Just remember, down here is their glottis. That's their windpipe. We want to go in and pass it. So we're going to pull the lip down to make this opening, the Elvis lip. We're going to go in, come to the front, in, put this down, and then slowly push this in. Simple. So Elvis lip, in, front, in. Can't see any of it. In, and then down it goes. There we go. She's eating that whole thing. In, around, down. Now look, she's not in any distress. She's not in any pain. And it tastes good. Now we're going to just put her back. Okay, everything's fine. Honey, I'm sorry. Everything's fine. Hopefully this helped you guys out. But yeah, if you have to feed every day, and so they get used to this. They get used to what the food is. They get used to how to eat it. You don't have to fight with them. You don't have to pry their throat open. Just drip, drip, and then they'll hold their mouth open. And then you can do half of this, which is on 1.5 cc's at a time. And it goes quickly. All right, take care, everybody. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.